Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be doing my first ever Q&A. I know this is long overdue, but we're finally getting to it. So yeah. So originally I was actually going to do a Snapchat Q&A, but my Snapchat broke, so I'm not able to do that right now. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of questions. So I'm going to try and answer as many as I can. So let's get started. So someone asked, why EdenTheDoll? So basically it's a really long story. When I was 14 years old, me and my sister would watch Nip Tuck all the fucking time. Like, it was my favorite show growing up because it was all about plastic surgery. So there was a specific girl on the show, her name was Eden. Eden was like the typical Barbie looking girl, you know, she was tall, she was blonde, she was skinny. She was just so feminine and so beautiful. Like, it's just something about her that really spoke to me. I just love the idea that, you know, she was like the hottest girl ever. Every guy wanted to be with her. Every girl wanted to be her. She had this presence about her that, like, I really, you know, envied, I guess. You know, because when I was little, you know, I was a 14-year-old little kid. When did I ever think I would ever look like her? It was always like in the back of my head, like, ugh, I hope, you know, like I wish I was in her shoes, you know? I wish that one day maybe I could, you know what it feels like to be her, to be Eden. So on her opening scene, she walks into the room and she says, hi, my name is Eden, like the garden. And when she said that, I was like, so when she said that, me and my sister both looked at each other and we were like, oh my god. She's like, when we have kids, let's name the girl Eden. Little did she know that I would take that name later on. So basically, I thought to myself, when I grow up, I want to be Eden. And little did I think, hey, I'm all grown up and guess what? I don't know if you guys ever watched Dead Silence. Dead Silence is like a movie about like some scary, creepy dolls or whatever. But like after I watched that movie, I kind of got like a little obsession with like haunted dolls. I looked up like, you know, evil dolls, demonic dolls, all this stuff, and there was a specific doll that caught my attention. His name was Robert the Doll. And I think Robert the Doll was like the star of the movie, or at least like from the poster or something. But Robert the Doll, I just thought it was so funny because like I looked it up and like he literally had his own fucking Wikipedia page that said Robert the Doll. I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my god, like that's so fucking cute. Like this cute little thing has his own little Wikipedia page. He's like fucking famous. He like, I just thought it was so fucking cute. Like Robert the Doll. Like I'm like, oh my god, I should be EdenTheDoll. So when I was finally able to change my name to Eden, I always thought to myself, what can I do? Eden what? Eden what? And I'm like, oh my god, EdenTheDoll. Like, I just thought it was funny, but it kind of just stuck by me, and it kind of just has been that way forever. And it, you know, it forces people to call me the doll. So that's basically how I became EdenTheDoll. Okay, next question. How much plastic surgery have you had, and what procedures? So basically, I've only had 2 surgeries done. The almighty struck me down if I'm lying, but I've never had any facial work done. You can quote me on this. I promise to life, to anyone's graves. Oh, I guess it does come with being compared to Barbie. People just assume I'm, you know, plastic, but that's not really the case. So yeah, so my face is 100% natural. No one's ever touched it. So I've only really had 2 surgeries. My first surgery being my breast, which I'm going to make a separate video about because I've had a horrible experience getting my boob job, and I'm gonna have to have a second surgery for it. It's kind of tragic, and it's, you know, it's a very unfortunate experience. Okay, that's what it is. So that's my face, but when it comes to my body, I've only had 2 surgeries done. Top and bottom surgery kind of reflect on my top and my bottom surgeries. Do I consider them cosmetic? I really don't. I've only had those 2 surgeries done, and I don't have any plans to have any further surgeries aside from my revision on my boobs. I haven't really looked into anything else because I'm pretty content where I am right now. I would like to have certain things done, but they're just wants, they're not really needs, you know, and I got the 2 things I really needed to get done. Aside from that, all my wants, I could live without them, you know, so. Okay, so here's a good one. Where was I born and raised? So I was born on July 23rd, 1995 in Mazatlan, Mexico. I think I lived there for about 2 months up until my family moved to Los Angeles. Y nomás para que sepan si hablo español. So someone asked, what's your full legal name? So my full legal name is Eden Isabella Estrada. When did you realize you were transgender? I mean, I kind of knew my whole life what I was. It just took me a minute to basically Google and figure out the definition of what I was. Okay, so a very popular question that's always being asked, literally like all the time, is, does your boyfriend know you're transgender, and how did he react? That is something that I do want to share with you guys, but I feel like it's something that's very personal. I feel like it would only be right if he was here with me, and yeah. Okay, sorry. So basically, it got really dark outside, so I had to adjust to lighting. But let's resume to the questions. What was your first job? I was a receptionist at a real estate office. I would wake up 7 fucking a.m., get to school by 8, then at 3, catch the bus, go all the way to work, get to work by 4, then from 4 to 9, work. My schedule every single day from high school. I was probably the only kid in my entire high school who was working a full-time job. What's your zodiac sign? I'm a Leo. What's your real hair color? Black. Pitch fucking black. Is your name legally Eden? Yes. Favorite food? Dick. Do you eat ass? No. Are you ever gonna do a challenge with your boyfriend? Yep, probably. Elaine Genevieve asked, are you transgender? No. Was it hard for you to come out as transgender, especially from our London community? So I grew up Jehovah's Witness. For those of you who don't know what that is, basically it's a very strict religion. We don't celebrate Christmas, we don't celebrate holidays, we don't celebrate birthdays, none of that stuff. So my family was always very strict, you know, and on top of that we were Mexican. So you guys know Mexican families, how they are. I came from a very strict household, and I came from a very conservative household. It was definitely tough, but I'm so true to myself. In these type of situations, you can't really care what people think about you. You have to put yourself first. Talk about your surgery. Did it hurt? Yes, it fucking hurt. How tall are you? I'm 5'7". I'm not too tall and I'm not too short. You know, I can still be considered a model, but I'm not considered too tall. Can you blow me? No, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Someone said, will you ever get your voice coached to not sound like you have a frog up your throat? The thing with my voice is that it was always my biggest insecurity, I'm not gonna lie. It was probably the biggest reason why I didn't start YouTube, because I always knew that I kind of neglected or forgot about my voice. You know, I keep getting bullied for how my voice sounds. As long as I'm comfortable with it, then that's all that really matters. No one's perfect. I know I'm not perfect, and it's just an imperfection of mine that I guess I got comfortable with. I'm only human, and humans have imperfections, and I'm not going to dwell on it, and I'm not going to make it a bigger deal than what it already is. I don't think it's that bad, and for those of you who do think it's that bad, then that's your problem. It's not really my problem. You have to learn to love yourself, and I learned to love my voice with as deep as it gets and as imperfect as it is. I know my voice will probably never be perfect. I'm perfectly okay with where I am now. My boyfriend's okay with it. I'm okay with it. I don't really care. Just like with boys, if it's not my voice, it'll be something else. If it's my voice, it's my hair. If it's my hair, it's my face. If it's my face, it's my body. It's always going to be something. Especially for those of you who are getting bullied out there, you have to learn not to care what people think about you. You have to love yourself first. That's the most important thing, is to love yourself. Once you truly love yourself and once you accept yourself for who you are, everyone will have to learn to accept you too. How long does it take for you to get ready every day? It takes me about an hour to get ready. Was your boyfriend's parents open to your relationship? Do they know you're transgender? Like I said, any boyfriend questions, I think I'll save them for another video. Would you ever make music? No. Would you ever do porn? No. How did you and Elena meet? That little cunt. We met when she was 16 and I was 19. We had both barely started. Elena became a very big part of my life because, you know, we kind of grew together. We both kind of started together and we both learned from each other. She's my best friend and I love that girl to bits. Me and Elena will always have a special connection because we were there for each other when we needed someone the most. Elena, if you're watching this, thank you for being one of the biggest inspirations in my life, and thank you for being there for me when no one else was. You really are my best friend, and I really do love you. Who is your role model and inspiration? Tyra Banks is basically my role model because she really impacted my life. She helped me change my perspective of what beautiful was. That's just someone who I really want to be like when I grow up. She's a successful, powerful woman, and that's just so inspiring to me. Who are you closer to, your mom or your dad? I'm really close to my dad because he literally always comes through for me. He's such a great person. He's always been so accepting and so awesome. Will you be in this year's Marco Marco? So I did get an email about the show. We'll see what happens. How did you get such a tiny waist? Well, basically, I had 4 ribs removed, 4 on each side, so in total 8 ribs on display. Just waist train, honey. I've been waist training for about 4 years now. Something I want people to know is I didn't get my shape overnight. I did wear my waist trainer for a good 3 consecutive years. I don't really wear it as often now, but you know, I wore it for 3 consecutive years. So it took a total of 3 years for me to achieve the look I have now. But if you're really dedicated to getting a small waist, if you wear your waist trainer every single day, you should see results within the first 6 months. How long have you and Malik been dating? 6 months. How much does your pussy cost? On a scale from 1 to 10, how hot would you rate yourself? 23. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully I see myself in the cover of Vogue with my boyfriend. Do I keep in touch with anyone from the past? It's funny because I blocked out a lot of my past, but I actually don't keep contact with anyone who knew me before I transitioned for personal reasons. The only people who I keep in contact with who knew me before are basically my family. So that's it for today's Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're Team Eden, and until next time, bye guys.